So first what you want to do is you want to raise your vehicle up just enough so your wheel's still touching the ground, and undo these bolts very lightly. Now before you undo those bolts lightly, you want to tap each one, and that just cracks them, and similar to what a rail gun does, so you don't end up snapping your bolts, and they're a lot more easier to undo. Now once you've undone them just a fraction, you want to raise your vehicle off the ground just above, so the wheel just slides off. You want to put your foot down there so the last bolt's easy to take off. Then, because you've got the car jacked up to the van or the Vita or the Sprint up to the right height, it slides straight out without dropping. You can roll that away. Next you need to remove the caliper. Before you remove the caliper, you need to remove the little sensor, and I find if I grab it from here it snaps, so I pull it out later and just pull it out from here for now. Leave that hanging. Now there's two Allen keys here and here that you need to undo. There's little caps on it, so use a flathead screwdriver and just pop them out, or if you can do it by hand, the other one's underneath, they're identical. Okay. Now before you undo any of the bolts, it's always good to give it a little tap on each of them. Just frees up the Allen keys a little bit. I'll put my extension on this just to get it started. Anti-clockwise always. Look like clockwise, but it's in the opposite direction, so it's anti-clockwise. Now there's a clip here that you got to take off. You just pop that out with a screwdriver. You can actually lift it up a bit like that, and it comes out. That's it. Okay, and this pulls out. Now if you've got new rotors and brakes, it slides out easy, but if not, the brake pads are stuck in between there. So what you want to do is put a clamp on here to here and just compress it in a bit, and then it'll be easier to slide out. I don't have a clamp here at the moment big enough, so I'm just going to pop it out with the screwdriver. Be a bit rough with it. By undoing that, what you want to do is grab a piece of wire, put the wire through here, because you don't want to let these hang. I mean, if you drop it softly, it shouldn't damage, but just tie it up somewhere. Hopefully that's a hole. Alright, so you got two bolts here and there, or one bolt there and there. Give them a slight tap so they come off easier. Rattle gun's always easier, but couldn't be bothered getting my out, air compressor and everything, so I just live with the tapping for now. Now anti-clockwise again. They come off very light when you give them a tap. Now, taking the rotor off, you want to give the little nut a tap. There should be one here or here, usually anyways, most vehicles. Now anti-clockwise again. That came off very easy. magnets out, and these slide off. Now, when they don't slide off like that, start by giving them a small tap. And if they don't come off, try prying it a little, just a little. If that don't come off, there's a universal tool that takes them off. But if you put one and one together, usually you can get away without using a universal tool. I'll put this bolt in here. Getting this. Now you don't want to screw it in all the way, but you want to screw it in fair way. Now, pretty much this piece is separate to this piece, but this bolt screws into the piece behind it. So if you do this, it should pry it apart. Put it on the side. Surprisingly, this has more force than using a sledgehammer on the back of this, and you'll do a lot